I'm ready when you are, Gav. Good evening, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new season here at Gavra Racing for the Weekend League Tier 1 evaluation race around this wonderful and historic Monza circuit here in Italy. I'm Jack TM53, your commentator as always for the Weekend Leagues, and I'm delighted to say that joining me tonight and for a number of select races this season is our four-time champion and reigning Tier 1 champion, Shortbread 224. Delighted to have you here, Shortbread. Hopefully you can hear me. How are we doing today? You were looking forward to this?
Yeah, I am. Thanks, Joke. Excited to be looking forward to this. Hopefully it's going to be a good season. Looking at the grid now, and it's looking good, so I'm excited.
Brilliant to hear. We've got a lot to cover over the next, 30, 40 minutes or so whilst we're in qualifying. Currently 6 minutes down at the moment, and we've got a number of drivers out on circuit already. And I just briefly want to point out a couple of new debutants for this evening. Advantage _ 011 in the Aston Martin, currently third provisionally at the moment. We've also got Cryptech _ QN, who's in the Williams as well, and I believe the Predator, not new to Gavra, he's back for the first time in quite a while. But for you, Shortbread, coming to you, what are your thoughts for the season ahead, looking at the drivers out on circuit? Who are your favourites for this season?
Yeah, I think Psycho, I remember him was being good last season. I'm looking at Liam as well. He's a really good first lap already, 4 attempts ahead. He could be very interesting. He's new, isn't he, as well, I think, so he wasn't in last season, so...
I'm wondering if he drove the McLaren last season, if it's the same Liam, because I know that he was either in Tier 1 or Tier 2, so it could be the same one. It could be someone new. We don't know.
Yeah, he's looking quick. Yeah, so it should be interesting between those two.
Absolutely. So really looking forward to seeing how the drivers deal with the 5.793 kilometre circuit, just a touch over 3.6 miles. And Psycho has retired from the session already, but I think that's more to do with not him crashing out. In fact, he's left the session entirely, which is unfortunate.
No, if he can join back, it's not looking too good.
Yeah, he'll have plenty of time to get back in, so hopefully he can do. One driver I'm also going to point out who's out on circuit at the moment, on the medium compound tyres, just getting himself up to speed. Money Game 44, our Tier 2 champion in Season 12, who's made the step up into Tier 1. Shortbread, for you, because obviously you're reigning champion, how does the mindset go into another season trying to be prepared and ready? Do you feel the pressure more as a champion?
Yeah, it's sort of is you have people have that expectation, you know, they see you and then they think, oh, he must be quick, he must be up there, and then they sort of be surprised you're lower down. So I do sort of see what you mean, but going into qualifying, you just want to first lap set a banker, don't push too much, don't invalidate, then you can go set yourself back foot for the next few laps. So second lap, push a bit more, don't push too much, fast lap right at the end. I just usually just go for it. If you invalidate, not too bad. Hopefully you set a good lap before. Then you just go for it in that last one and just see what you can do.
Brilliant to hear. So at the moment, a couple of drivers have already bolted themselves back into the pit lane. Let's just give you a rundown of the top 8 for the time being. Liam0619 leads the way. Psycho's retired from the session, but hopefully we can invite him back in. Then you've got Advantage_011. I'm going to call him Advantage 11 from now on. On his debut, he's there in 3rd place. Money Game is 4th. Ben Roberts is 5th. Jolt is 6th with X90G, a fan favourite in 7th position. As I was saying, that Jolt has just gone up to 2nd with a 119.3, but still needs to find about 3/10 off the back of the Red Bull of Liam. Josh rounds out the top 8, which is good to see him there. I want to say one thing, in terms of the setup around here, I know that we're on a new game, Shortbread F1 23, very different to 22. What sort of setup would you be running in terms of the wings? Because I've seen some drivers topping out at 219, 220 mile an hour, others a little bit slower. What would be the sweet spot, do you think?
Yeah, before last game, I think it was like you literally had like 1-0 wings, like pretty much zero. But this game, I think it's slightly high. I'm not sure, but on this game, it seems it's just better to have higher wings than last game. So they're probably running on like 4 or 5 wings, which is very similar to last year, but still quite higher. If you think of any top speed, that's going to be a few mile an hour difference. So we'll see if that affects them. See if someone's just gone 0-0 wings, and then they'll be flying on the straights. So I guess we'll see the difference there.
Yeah, hopefully that'll be the case. I was following Liam just before we came on air, and he was running very quick down the exit of Lesmo 2 at turn 7. He was doing about 220 down there, which is seriously impressive. So he must be running a low wing setup, you'd imagine.
Yeah, most likely. I still looking at that time, 3-4 attempts in front. Jolt. I wonder if anyone will be able to catch up to that. That's a really good lap. We'll see. Interesting.
Absolutely. Liam now back on an out lap as well. He's charging his battery, just making sure it's at 100% before he goes out. The whole grid, though, so far, the top 10 separated by 1.3 seconds, which is really competitive. The Predator also just outside of that. He's only a 10th back. I'm hoping for some, consistent improvements this season from Shari and CT Pat. I always like to mention those two drivers, a prime example of two people who are certainly typically at the back of the grid in terms of qualifying, Pat more so than Shari, but we started to see some real big improvements. That's Cryptek. Oh, Cryptek has gone out on the exit of Ascari, and he has planted that on the right-hand side. That's game over for Cryptek. So one of our debutants out. But as I was saying about Pat and Shari started picking up some points at the end of the season. He's hoping to continue that form, and Pat was unlucky in the end not to get one, but it's all about that improvement and progress at the end of the day.
I was going to say Natty's put up to P2. Look at that gap, 2 thousandths or something like that. It's a tiny gap between Joe and Natty there. So they're really close. I think Liam's on a lap as well, halfway through his lap. I haven't seen these sectors yet, but it looks like he's going quite well. So we'll see if he can improve somehow on top of that already amazing time.
Yeah, I'm just watching. He's a 10th and a half up as it comes through Ascari. Really nicely done. He was hitting 220 miles an hour then, so that's the fastest I've seen out of that corner, which is super impressive. Coming down towards the final corner now, I know that everyone's riding on board at the hats. At the moment, we're just a couple of 100 metres in front as Money Game goes up to 2nd, but Liam looks like he's going to improve on this lap. Is it into the 18s? It is indeed. It's a 118.9. That's a really strong lap.
Yeah, that's nice. You've seen Money Game up there, Weekend League 2 champion, I believe, so he'll be interested to watch as well. Hopefully Psycho can join back. I think he's retired though, so I'm not sure he'll be able to do another lap. I'm not sure about. Hopefully he can, but I don't think he'll be able to.
So apparently his Psycho is back in the lobby. His game crashed according to what's gone on. So Psycho out of this session. And the highest he's going to start is the 3rd row of the grid, unless he gets overtaken by maybe the steps, maybe Yoss. You'd expect them to move forward.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him, but at least it's Monza after all. This is a really easy track to overtake, and this is a DRS train, so at least he can look at it that way. And then, yeah, it's not terrible, but maybe advantage, stuff like that will get in front of him. Yeah, just to see how far he drops in the last 5 minutes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Looking at the cars, I'm just watching a few cars coming down the back straight off Lesmo 2, and for those that are on hot laps at the moment, we've just got less than 5 minutes to go now, ladies and gentlemen, in this session. I'm just keeping an eye on the speed coming out of Lesmo 2, and I've got to say, Liam is some mile an hour up on everybody else behind him. I'm watching Ben Roberts, who's currently second, the race winner last season, don't forget, in the Haas. And he's some 7 or 8 mile an hour down on the Red Bull. And for you, Shortbread, if you were in that position, you were in Ben Roberts' car, how hard to overtake Liam would it be in the main race?
Yeah, I think it mainly depends on the track, depending on what track you are, how many DRS trains, stuff like that. But this one, like I said, it is quite easy. Like 2 DRS straights, and obviously one really long. I think as long as he can stay in with that 1 second, even if he's down on speed a bit, that DRS advantage, something like 10 miles an hour, something like that, that's quite a lot. So if he can just stay in that 1 second of the first 3 laps, I reckon that's his main goal. Just stay in the DRS at least, and then maybe overtake him, but yeah, just try and stick with him, and then maybe that could work out for him, and that's probably his best chance.
Yeah, that's very much the case. So we'll see whether Ben Roberts can do that and keep in that DRS range through the race. It's going to be vital that he does, but maybe picking the right time to get past the Red Bull and trying to skate away if he can from that point. Most of the top 10 in the pits getting a new set of soft compound tyres on. Of course, in the dry weather qualifying sessions, typically you're going to have the Pirelli red wall tyres that you can see everyone's on at the moment. We're following the Red Bull at the moment. I believe it's JRL Dino who's going to come onto our lap. And Shortbread, I don't know if you want to try and talk us through a race and lap of Monza with Dino in 11th. Oh, he's just backed out of it as I say it.
Yeah, Israel, we'll find someone that's doing a lap, hopefully. Oh, it does fine on that player.
Billy Misu in
We
10th,
might have to
yeah.
wait. Oh, is he doing?
It is.
Can't find it. Is he going to start a lap? Is he starting a lap or ending it? I'm not sure because it doesn't say
He's
out lap
going
for
on
me.
to it. He's just put his ERS on. So
Oh,
Gav,
nice.
on to Billy Misu for us.
So topping out, what's he going to get? 223 I saw earlier. What can he get? Oh, 222, okay. Now we're down to second gear, turn right, left, nice chicane here. Gotta get perfect exit here. Nice, gets it down. Small, short shifts onto the small straight, slightly the right-hander. Gotta get this chicane right. It's the small straights, not too important, but it's okay. 205 to 207, so decent speed. Clip that sausage curb, go straight, nice. There's 2 right-handers coming up, Lesmo 1. Clip the inside, sort of slightly wide, but not too bad, don't invalidate there. Some crucial, no, Lesmo 2 coming up, go a curb, nice. DRS coming up here, good lap so far. Should be improving, hopefully. It's a nice lap so far then. Coming up next straight, and then left corner coming up, what can he do? 5th gear, straight. Yeah, it's not bad, that's decent. Final corner, he's got a bit of traffic ahead. Hopefully he shouldn't get impeded, but it's a slow Red Bull, he should be fine. Final corner, what can he do? Gotta get a perfect exit to end his lap. Oh, there's a Red Bull on the outside, but should be fine. Here we go, what can he do across the line? We'll see how he goes. P11 to P8, not bad at all, right behind advantage.
Not bad at all from Billy Misu, former champion, of course, and Gavra racing up to 8th place on the 4th row of the grid in that blue and pink Alpine you can see there as he coasts in. Thanks, Gav, for getting over to the director's page quickly so that Shortbread could commentate on that. It was good to see. Advantage going on to his lap now as well. We've got a couple of drivers who are building up for their laps. Ex-Natty G, Money Game, I believe, is on a lap already, but he's backed out of it. So I don't think he's going to have enough time to really recharge much of his battery if he's going to go again. Ben Roberts, he is on a lap. Just comes out of Lesmo 2 in the exit of turn 7. Looks like it's neat, but what's his sector time as he approaches Ascari for this left-right? He's pretty
He's
much...
down.
Yeah,
Down
he's
a tiny bit.
marginal. It all comes down to how he gets on out of Curva Alboreto, the formerly known as Parabolica Corner. Here he comes towards this final couple of moments. Nicely done with the apex, really hits the line there on the exit, uses a little bit of the curb. What's the lap time going to be? Will it be enough? Not enough.
He could set another lap though. He hasn't got batteries backing off. So that's Ben
Yeah.
Roberts done then. He won't be improved anymore.
Gets to within a 10th of Liam, so Ben Roberts certainly has the speed to at least cause Liam some problems. Where is Liam on circuit? He is a 10th
He's
up on
up
his
a 10th.
best lap.
Yeah, he's up a 10th.
Liam is absolutely flying at the moment in that Red Bull, isn't he?
Yeah, we got a lap car, a slow car coming up, it should be fine. Yeah, I think he's going to go into the pit sign at the end there. Oh, we've gone a bit wide there. Oh, that didn't look amazing. I'm not sure if we're down there, but might not be. Always getting a nice slipstream here from that Mercedes. Oh, if you're enjoying that, he got a bit of speed there. Final corner coming up. He doesn't need to. Oh, the rear. Oh, the rear. Oh my. Ooh, what have I
Wow.
just seen there?
That was absolutely fantastic car
Oh
control from
my.
Liam. Gav caught all of that on the stream as well. That was stupendous from the Red Bull,
Blimey.
showing everyone how to do it. He's drifted his way across the finish line. Jolts in the gravel trap as that's gone on, but he is, I believe, going to be in pole position. So, well, that how to do it in style, I guess, Shortbread.
Yeah, not bad at all. Yeah, I think he was fine in the end. Like, cyclically, he's got P1, so not too much on the line there. Seems he's a great lap already, so yeah, looking good. 18, only one in the 18s is interesting, but nice to see Ben Roberts close behind, running in a bit further, and then rest close. So yeah, hoping a good race. As long as he can stick in DRS, I think this should be good.
Absolutely. So it's Liam0619 who takes pole position with Ben Roberts in second within a tenth of the pole sitter. Money Game on his debut in Tier 1 is in third place with fan favourite X90G in fourth. The Dutch driver of Jolt 7 is fifth with Psycho in sixth place. On the fourth row, you've got Advantage on his debut with Billy Misu, the seasoned veteran, alongside him. Yoss in ninth with the Steps in 10th place. Devori, the last of the drivers, within a second of the pole position time in 11th is Devori. Predator is 12th with Dino 13th and CT Pat 14th. Shari is 15th. Cryptech QN not setting a representative time thanks to crashing out of the Scari on a 122.5. We've got a very exciting race set up then, haven't we, Shortbread?
Yeah, I was thinking Psycho, didn't we? He wasn't able to improve because I think he did one lap and then he disconnected something like that. So we got to keep an eye on him. I think he could have been much further up there as well, considering Ben Roberts was there. And I remember last game, they were quite similarly paced. I think they were both quick. So yeah, I think he should be able to get his way up the field as well. Hopefully.
Absolutely. So the drivers will be preparing themselves. It's a little bit of a wait before the drivers are ready. We won't get the chance to see when that goes live. It happens very quickly. There's no countdown in this game, but mentally the drivers are preparing themselves, getting the last tweaks to their setups done, and that'll be a point of focus now for everyone to get themselves ready. This is an 11 corner circuit, as I mentioned earlier, 3.6 miles, been open for nearly 101 years, 100 years last year. It was celebrating its anniversary since it broke ground. So the drivers will know this track really well, and the competitiveness around this circuit will be exceptionally close. We had a very frantic Tier 2 race earlier in the wet, no less than 2 safety cars in that one, and a debut winner in the form of Fake Nuts. And can Liam 0619 be able to do the same thing? A quick prediction, Shortbread, before we go in.
Oh, I fully have no idea. I'm just gonna say Liam win. Then Ben Roberts P2, Psycho P3. That's gonna be my top three. I think. Yeah, I have no idea. That's a guess right there, but I think that's quite good. I'll go with that.
Well, we wait in the lobby then to see when the drivers are getting ready. Gavra is saying there might be a few issues, so hopefully we can get this race started. It's a 35% race coming up shortly. Only one race this evening, two typically at Gavra, and that is how the format will run for next season. A 35% race, race one, and a 25% race for race two. Here we go then. There's the Red Bull on the right-hand side and the Haas on the left. Who will make the best start? And the race is live. It's not gone yet.
Question mark?
There's a red flag. Wow. Well,
That's
we've
quite the
never
start.
seen. What has happened there?
There you go, the red flag, that one.
Jolt seemed to be out of position.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
That was a bit peculiar.
Don't know what the FIA are doing there. That was a weird start. I haven't seen one like that before. Got black screen there,
Very peculiar. Well, whilst the lobby settings get resolved, hopefully the lobby will go straight into a restart. I'm not sure how it quite works. Sharry has left the session, so I'm assuming there might be a technical problem because there was only one driver going forward. There's a good few comments in there, all sort of saying the same thing in terms of what's
Is
just
it going to be a
happened.
restart? I think it might be a restart. Yeah, there's like gonna have to do a lobby restart on this game. Yeah.
Yeah, custom lobby being made, so we'll have to give it a moment, everybody. Unfortunately, technical issues do tend to occur with a new game with F1 23, and it seems that something very peculiar happened during that.
I know the one Williams moving there when I was staying still. Yeah, that was weird.
It's kind of why I questioned it, as I said, the race is live,
Yeah.
and that didn't seem to happen. So Gav will need to take a bit of time trying to reset and do a custom grid. But we've done lobby restarts before, Shortbread. It's actually good to be able to ask you this question. When the lobby has to get restarted and you've qualified well, does that affect you much mentally when you're getting ready for another start?
I have had that in the past. We've had a few lobby restarts. I don't think it affects you too much. They should be alright. You should, because obviously it's only short quality. You still got a set of softs remaining. Oh, actually, if you have used all your softs, you could help you. Then obviously now reset. You lost out qualifying, so you have the tires. So it may change that a bit, but most people would have saved a set of tires anyway. So you can still use the same strategy, same fuel level. You should be alright. I think they should be okay.
Do you get a little bit nervous on the race starts at all? Do you feel like there's a little bit of extra anticipation for it?
Yeah, I get. Yeah, that's true. You have more time to wait, and yeah, it's true. You just gotta nail the start. I always used to get my starts quite bad. Sometimes I've gone good, but I never really got my starts perfect. But yeah, it is important to get that right start, especially on this track. Long straights, yeah, that's what you go and push for.
Absolutely. So we've got a little bit of time, of course, before we go into the full race itself. Before Gavra has set up the lobby, do give us a little bit of time, a little bit of patience. Always, of course, is beneficial for those that are watching. If you are watching, do comment below in terms of who you think will win this race. Whilst we are waiting for it to occur, but I do want to just run through the calendar for this season, just so that everyone who's watching is aware. Australia starts the brand new season off next week. Technically, we're in the season now, but the evaluation race doesn't class towards the driver standings or the constructors. I imagine there'll be a few drivers from tier 2 moving up into tier 1. But Australia will be the host of race ones 1 and 2. Then you've got the Qatar GP at Lusail Circuit, International Circuit, typically a MotoGP track, but back on the calendar for the first time since 2021. Austria at the Red Bull Ring, where we've just had the real life race. You have Belgium at Spa-Francorchamps and Las Vegas around the Strip, which will be a DRS heaven train that everyone will be driving around. What's your highlight on that calendar, Shortbread? Any favourites standing out to you?
I am quite looking forward to Las Vegas personally. Like, people have said it's quite a bad. I don't mind it. Like, they say it's quite a bad track, but it's weird. But that like long straight, I don't know how long it is, but it feels like miles. Like, I don't know how I could do racing around there because like you could just get overtaken like and then lose a position overtake like on the one straight is so long. So yeah, if you don't have DRS, then it's impossible to keep a position. So if you're leading like the last lap, you may as well just look at that P2 because there's no way you're going to be able to keep it. But yeah, that will be interesting. Qatar, that's another nice one, high speed. Only one DRS straight, but I might struggle a bit with overtaking because they're all such high speed. But yeah, I'm look forward to see how that is.
Absolutely, for the drivers, they're still getting themselves having a chat in the drivers' room at the moment. A couple of them a little bit frustrated in terms of the lobby and it not working correctly, which I can understand their frustration. They want to get everything working straight off the bat, but we are still waiting. Here it's 8:30 British Standard Time for those that are watching in Europe. Of course, it'll be directly related to the +123 or -123 hours wherever you are in Europe, that is. I know we do have a couple of international viewers out there as well, so do say hello if you are further afield. But for those that are watching, I am excited to see how these next laps will play out once we get the lobby up and running. Gav's put the couple of rolling slideshows on the front page for you. You can see the settings of the lobby if you want to get involved. Please do follow the Gavra Racing League social media elements. So go and have a look at the Discord, of course. Go and check out the website. Sign up for the league. You may as well get involved if you like the look of what you might have watched previously. Or if you're new to Gavra, do stick around and check it out. So we will get a race eventually underway once the directors have set everything up once more. But until then, and sure enough, the invites have just happily come out. So we'll have a race going in a few moments. 35% race on, which will be a 19 lap race compared to the typical 53 laps that are the full race distance around this circuit. So that'll be good to see then. One thing I'm hoping for in a future F1 game is the option to do a 75% race. I feel like that's something they've kind of missed out on, really.
Another thing I thought I just wanted to add about lobby resets, I completely forgot, I just remembered now, is that race, if it didn't glitch, it looked like it was going to stay dry the whole time. Didn't look like there was going to be any rain. Now, it's a whole restart, complete change. Could now even be wet. We don't know that, so it could be full wet, could be inters, we don't know. So that's the thing you've got to think about as well. Could we completely change the race now?
Absolutely, that's a really, really good point, Shortbread. Actually, with the potential change in weather conditions, that could certainly throw a spanner in the works and promote a lot of opportunity for drivers who typically might not have the straight line or traction performance that they would normally have in the dry. And I know that there will be a couple of people, Ben Roberts in particular, who'd be very keen on having a wet race around Monza. We did have a wet race earlier in Tier 2. I would certainly urge you to go and check that out. You can watch that, of course, on Twitch or on YouTube when it gets uploaded in the coming days. But spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't yet watched it, Fake Knutson took his first ever victory in Gavra Racing, kept himself out of trouble, and when everyone else fell apart, he was the man to take the victory. Spanel was second in the end, and Billy Misu was the man who had the most chaotic, not Billy Misu, rather, it was third. Do you know what? Go and find out for yourselves. that's
That's nice one.
that is more than happy for you lot to go and find out what the third place driver is. So I have told Gav to make sure he changes the lap count from the full race distance to 35%. We need to make sure that happens.
Yeah, I hope when it glitched and something that said red flags, I obviously new game, a lot of issues. I hope that just doesn't mean red flags completely broken, because I would like to see them in league races, because imagine how much it would change things. Like, oh, it would be big. I hope it doesn't glitch, because if it glitches, then we have to just fully turn it off. That's a bit annoying. One of the main features of this game, red flags, we can't even use them. So I hope they work, but yeah, it's annoying.
This has been something extra, Shortbread, that's been a problem through the game's release, is that the red flags haven't been working efficiently. And we want the features to be working correctly whilst we're getting ready and set up for the championship. And it seemed more of a lobby problem than anything else. That just it seemed like there was a bit of a desynchronization. Something happened. Just also wondering, Shortbread, have you got an invite into this lobby?
Yeah, I was in it, and then it suddenly like disappeared. Everyone, and it's just me and Psycho in the lobby for some reason. I'm not sure why. I might need another invite.
Maybe do a
I thought it was
restart.
alright. Yeah, I was in it, and then so everyone disappeared. I'll leave this one. Try and join back again. Oh
That's
yeah,
the
I should be in
thing.
now.
This is the thing with new games. There always are technical glitches, and Psycho's also rejoined as well. So we're just, I believe, waiting on, I want to say, one more car before we're ready to go. It could be two, actually, for that matter. Number of drivers still yet to pick their cars. Gav is still manually setting the grid. A lot of chatter going on in the pre-race area at the moment. But yeah, a couple of people. One of the Czech drivers, I want to say Dvory, isn't in yet either. He qualified 11th, did Dvory. Had a good season in the end, did Dvory. Got himself, fighting for a few podiums towards the end. I believe he did get a podium in the end as well, which was really good to see. Just a good sign of progress through the year. And that's what it's all about at Gavra. It's not just about winning every single race as much as you'd want to. It's also about improving and finding that performance over the course of a season and then getting yourself closer and closer to the front, or maybe even extending that gap further out. The drivers still just sorting themselves out. That'd be important for them to do. I think Cryptech is in as well, so we're just waiting on Joss to pick his car and the Predator to pick his car as well. And Shortbread being the comms assistant of the day there by getting the starting grid up together for everyone.
Yeah, I was ready to look back in my clips. So I was able to find the grid, so that was useful.
That is helpful. So all 16 drivers now, ladies and gentlemen, are happily in the lobby. It all comes down to how quickly it takes Gav to get all of this loaded up. Again, thank you for your patience for those that are still sat here waiting in the lobby with us. Don't forget, we still have a top three prediction from Shortbread, which was Liam, it was Psycho in third, and it was Ben Roberts in second. I'm right in saying?
I think it was, yeah. I remember Liam first. Yeah, I think Psycho would be two, Ben third, yeah. It's very close between Ben and Psycho, so either one of them, yeah, I think that mine.
If it rains, would you put Ben Roberts first or second? He's very good in these conditions.
Yeah, that's a good point. It would be interesting when it rains with no DRS. That's a big part of this track, so you lose DRS, difficult to overtake. Yeah, that's true. Ben Roberts won, didn't he, in Miami last season? That was raining.
He did.
Yeah, so if he's the same on this game, yeah, that's true. He could actually win this. Yeah, that's something to think about.
That it is indeed. But the session is starting now. You'll be pleased to know, everyone. And the multiplayer event screen has just ticked over. So we are ready to go here for the evaluation race. The unofficial first round of the season, of course, doesn't count towards the championship standings for the constructors or the drivers, but bragging rights and the boost to the season ahead will always come in handy for those looking for a little bit of confidence in season 13 of the Weekend League. We've still got a dry session to start with. We presume looks a little bit cloudy. Whether it'll rain later on in the race, we will find out. But we are just moments away. The drivers will be getting their setups loaded onto the car. They have the opportunity to do that because the lobby's been reset. So they can do that during this screen. And for one or two people, they might even be able to change a couple of wing settings or suspension settings they might not have been keen on. Although the regulations don't technically allow that in Formula One in real life, they don't have to reset the lobby every time something goes wrong, so they're in a better position. You can see all of the pit garages there with all the drivers' names on. They will be now chomping at the bit to get ready around this Monza circuit, a place steeped in history. Only been off the calendar once in Formula One, and that was in 1980 when the track was getting upgraded and the tarmac resurfaced and safety barriers installed to make it even better. And it has been back on the calendar ever since. So Monza certainly has been the festival of speed for a very, very long time in Italy. So here we go. Just a few moments to go. Tension building. Drivers sweating a little bit. Eager to get going. Here we go. So it's the Red Bull on the right-hand side and the Haas on the left. Who will make the best start? And the race is live from the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. It looks like a good start for Liam. Ben Roberts has dropped down a little bit in terms of performance, but he's got a better second phase than we thought, and he's alongside Money Game into turn one, and he should be okay. There's a little bit of contact. That's one of the Williamses. I think it's Joel who's
that's
gone
a big
round.
crash.
And there's a lot more going on in the background that we can't see. There's a green flag.
Chaos.
But that is a lot of drama at the back. Devori's got a 10-second time penalty. Oh dear. Shortbread, what happened there?
Yeah, I think I saw Williams maybe get spun round. I was on board Money Game, so I didn't see all of it, but I think Money Game got clipped. Williams got clipped, sorry. I think obviously really close through there. I would be surprised if there wasn't an accident going into that corner, so how many would have been going around, but yeah. Should be interesting to see Ben Roberts, see if he can hold on.
Absolutely. So a couple of drivers have lost places. X90G, Jolt have gone down 5 spots. Advantage has gone down 6 as well. It's open in stints already. I've got to say, Liam was really pushing Alesmo too. But I tell you who is pushing, it's Money Game up the inside. As Shortbread rightly says, he's got the inside line. He's forced Ben Roberts wide. And those top 3 are already pulling away from Psycho.
Yeah, just what I was about to say about Psycho. He's 1 second off. That's going to be his aim now for the next lap. Just try and get that 1/10 back. Go and stick in that DRS, then you can sort of just sit behind, watch them battle. Maybe if they make a mistake, something like that, they can get slipped through. But it's a close battle between the top 3 so far.
Yeah, they're already fighting. Money Game looking to try and make his mark on tier 1. He's got a bit of ERS. He's looking to the outside of Curva Grande. It'll be the inside for turn 4. He's already passed him, surely in the braking zone. Liam trying to go back up the inside. There's no room at the in for the Red Bull. He has to settle and slot into second with a bit of wheel spin on exit as well.
Yeah, Money Game not wasting any time here. Gone from P3, I think, up to P1 already, and that's 2 overtakes. The only thing is now he's left so vulnerable for when there's DRS. You've got to think about that. But see how long he can defend it. But I'm looking at his ERS. He used all of it already. He's flashing already, so that's important. Liam's got way more than him, 80%. So you can see he's been pushing a lot more. We'll see how much that affects him later on.
Yeah, that's going to be really key for the rest of the race as well. When DRS is activated on the next lap, that's after this corner here, which is the Curva Alboreto. You can see Liam closing the gap down as the steps gets past Predator on the exit. There's a bit of a fight established for 6th place whilst all this is going on. We're concentrating on the fight at the front because Liam is alongside Money Game, and that's 4 fastest laps in consecutive fashion there. Ben Roberts closing the pair and they've got a double toe. Looking to the inside line for turn 1. 3 wide on the brakes. Ben Roberts goes through. Little bit of contact between himself and Money Game. They just about unlock each other, but that was great driving.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Good thing Liam backed out there. I saw just before he broke a bit more to stay out of it, and that was a good call. He'll go 3 wide in turn 1 there before he didn't go, oh, is he going to run again? No, stick behind. So Ben Roberts leading now. Interesting, big lead changes here.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant fight there. Dino, Jolter, all fighting as well. There's a huge fight going down in 6th place, but we're concentrating on the 5-car fight now for the race victory. X90G on his own on the medium tyres. Watch out for him later. He's currently on the mediums. He's the highest placed medium runner. Oh, as the Predator nearly loses it at the exit of Lesmo 2. Is that money game? No, he's not quite close enough. But X90G certainly wants to watch later. He's on his own and he can run at his own pace.
Yeah, looking at money game, I'm not sure he's putting himself in a good position here. He's sort of just put his eggs in all in one basket. You know, 5% ERS. Ben Roberts on 70, Liam on 80. Like, I don't
Dino's
think.
out.
Oh, safety
That's a
car.
safety car. Dino has crashed on the
Yes, he's out.
exit of
Oh, there's been another
Ascari.
crash here.
Yeah, there's been a
Cryptech. That's his front
Cryptek
wing.
has ran into the back of Shari and broken his front wing, so that's a pit stop for the Williams already. And he's going to have to go in. I don't know if there's any damage. A couple of drivers going into the pits already, though, including Billy Misu, our race leader at one point. Liam Psycho's in the pits. They're all going to the medium compound tyres, which puts Ben Roberts clear in the lead with Money Game in second. Then it's Joss up to third. X90G and the Predator have also pitted, but they've gone to the hard compound tyres. That is brave.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Now, Money Game and Ben Roberts deciding not to pit, but they are in front of the safety car, so they can still pit, so they'll be fine. They can still pit now in this lap, and they won't lose anything. So, if they want to, I think it's best idea to pit now. If they don't, they'll be really far behind. I think they should pit both of them, and then you just see mediums and hards, mostly medium, few hard runners. It should be interesting to see at the end. The hard runners will be better, but the mediums better at the start. Yeah, it's interesting to watch later on.
That's very true. Liam currently 24 seconds behind Ben Roberts and Money Game, who are running P1 and 2. Now, they'll be conscious about getting themselves into the pits if they choose to pit at the end of this lap. Josh probably rolling the dice here. I don't think he will pit, to be honest. I think he will try and run the mediums as long as he can and go to the softs. Might be a chance of another safety car. Certainly not improbable around here. Will the front two go into the pits? Ben doesn't, and nor does Money Game for that matter. So they're doing something different.
Interesting. That's very interesting. Okay, I'm surprised by that. I feel like because Liam's going to catch right up to them, and he's going to be on new tyres. He won't have to pit anymore. I'm surprised they don't pit now because unless there's another safety car at the end, if it's green flag till the end, they might have put themselves in a bad position here. I'm not sure they've done the right decision there, from my point of view.
From a strategic perspective, you would think about pitting if you're on a soft and cover off what everybody else was doing. And you're certainly not wrong with that, Shortbread. But maybe they are banking on that second safety car. We did have two earlier in Tier 2, and Monza typically, when the drivers are all together, we saw how frantic those opening couple of laps were. That could certainly make a difference in terms of the strategies. Let's just have a look. There's only one penalty, which is for Devori. He's got a 10-second time penalty, but I feel that that's to do with the melee that he was involved in earlier on. So I think that might get taken away from him come the end of the race. Just having a skip through at the moment to see. Shari is another driver who's not stopped. He's in 6th place on the medium tyres, and he's decided to stay out and go to the soft tyre at the end, which I feel like is not a bad option for Shari. He's up from 15th, he's running in 6th, and if he gets another safety car, that might pay off for him. But the hard tyre runners, X90G, the Predator, Advantage, and Cryptech as well, they're all trying to now catch the safety car. We've got a few of them who've already caught the back of the train. X90G is about to join onto that with Billy Misu. Billy Misu was looking very quick there, just at the back of the front 5 who were fighting for the race victory. He was just sneaking up to the back of them, and with him being a former champion, Shortbread, you'd feel like he's a wily old fox. He'd know exactly what to do in that situation.
Yeah, I think he has done the right call. He's followed a few other drivers into pit as well. He's on new tyres, so he could be interesting to watch later. And now Money Game and Ben Rob, their whole goal now for the next few laps, their pit window will be soon, I imagine, on the softs. It's either now or next lap, so I'm really confused why they didn't pit, unless there's rain coming or something like that. I'm not sure, but their whole idea now will just be they have to break that 1 second gap between Jos, Liam, Psycho, all those drivers, because if they stay with them, they're going to have to pit and then they're going to be nowhere. They're going to be out of the points probably, unless another safety car, like I said before. But if there isn't, if it's green flag, I really don't see how they're going to win this or even podium. This is I'm not sure why they haven't put. I'm a bit confused, but yeah, their just whole idea now will just be get out of that 1 second window. They need to push as much as they can when the safety car comes in, which I imagine will be the end of this lap, probably.
You'd
Oh,
assume
maybe
it
not
would
actually.
be this
It's 2
lap or
cars slow
next lap.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, might not be this lap actually, depending on what the game does. Yeah, it might be this lap, next lap, I'm not sure, but it should be soon.
And Pat's just picked up a time penalty just as he caught the back of the safety car creep, so he'll be really frustrated with that. I have to say, we had only a 2-lap safety car period in the earlier race, so you never know. And sure enough, there we are. Safety car in this lap. The 2 front runners of Ben Roberts and Money Game are going to have to... That's got to be a glitch on the timing screen, because CT Pat is running in 10th after being 14th. How that's worked out, I've no idea. But the 2 drivers on the soft tyres, they are going to have to find some form to pull away from Joss and the medium tyre crew behind. Otherwise, their whole strategy will fall apart and not fight each other for that matter as well. So we're coming up to Curva Alboreto, formerly known as Parabolica. When does Ben Roberts go? Just watching Money Game on my POV. There goes Ben Roberts. He's got the power down. A little bit of a traction wobble for Money Game as he came off the corner. They've both dropped.
When I get good
Joss, though,
slipstream in here, he could get
yeah,
past. Yeah, he's
absolutely.
going for it.
To the outside goes the Mercedes, but he doesn't quite have the straight line speed of Ben. And behind them, Liam has got past Joss. That was a critical move. Oh no, he's been hit. Ooh, all sorts of carnage. He got tapped a little bit. Money Game has got past Ben Roberts for first place. Psycho's up to third. And Liam down to fourth.
Ooh, side by side with Liam now as well. Ooh, that's close. Oh no, that's Psycho onto the gravel. Oh no, bad exit. He's lost a few positions there. Oh, that's unfortunate. Down to 7th now. Oh no, that's a bad restart Psycho there. That's not what he would have wanted coming off the back of that.
More contact between the 2. Jolt side by side. He has to back out of that one. And next, Natty G took advantage of the slow exit from the Williams. They're going to be both using the ERS. Looks like Jolt's got a very quick Williams, and sure enough, he slots back in front in 7th place. But Psycho losing out there on that battle between himself and the Red Bull of Liam. Neither of them want to give a quarter, and a safety car is out again. This time
could
for
save Money Game
Predator.
and Ben Roberts. Ben Roberts has a penalty actually. So much has just happened there. Money Game leading. Ben Roberts now has a penalty. Yoss got a penalty as well. They should pit here though. Safety car, I imagine. Did they come in? Yes, they do. Money Game's in and Ben is in. Yeah, and yeah, Yoss. So that's saved them pretty much. They're still going to be at the back, but I think that's better than not safety car. Yeah, I think that'll be last.
It will be.
This.
I think the only
that's
driver who's going to be behind them is going to be Cryptek, and the other drivers who hadn't stopped on the mediums are also pitting now as well. So Money Game onto the medium tyres. That puts Devori up to 8th place. Ben Roberts on the mediums, Josh, Shari, Cryptek, and the Predator those 2 just come into the pits now. The Predator's come in for a new front wing. He was the one that's caused the safety car, but I think he was involved with Pat as well. So not ideal for the Alfa Romeo. If we look at the moment, it's restored Liam to the lead. And look who's in 2nd place. Billy Misu, keeping his nose out of trouble. Former champion wants his title back. Whether he can do that this season, we'll find out. Psycho in 3rd, Jolt 4th, Natty G on the hard tyres up to 5th. The Advantage as well, he's up to 6th on his debut. Steps, Devori, Money Game, and Ben Roberts now. He's got a new set of medium boots on, is 10th.
Yeah, I was going to say quickly on Liam, I think this is a dream situation for him now. I think his main competitors, other than Psycho, Ben Roberts and Money Game, they're right at the back, the 9th and 10th, just in the points. So this is a really good position for him. If he can, I'm not sure Billy Misu's pace yet. If he can break that 1 second and just get away, it's his race to lose. From my view, that's what I see.
Yeah, it does look as if Liam's going to be the one to try and fend off the cars behind him. Whether he can do that, we've got another 10 laps after this one to complete. I feel that those that have pitted and gone onto the hard compound tyres, which is Joss and Shari, the 2 Ferraris, I almost feel as if that they'd be better off going to the soft tyres. 9 laps on the soft tyres around Monza doesn't sound impossible. It's certainly been done before, and who is in the pits? That is Devori. So is he going to do what I've just suggested, I wonder?
Yeah, that's interesting. That's another position for money game Ben Robertson. It says one less car from over there. Yeah, he's gone with the softs, so he must be listening to you, Jack. Oh, is he having a penalty as well? Oh, he's having a penalty as well. That could be a good shout, actually. Do the penalty now. Say he's going to catch up to the back. Yeah, I think he's Devori's the right thing there.
So the Czech driver out of the pits. He's the only driver on the soft compound tyre. So let's see his progress when the race goes live once again. Has dropped him down to the back of the field, but he won't mind if he can get points out of this. Of course, they don't count to the championship, but in his mind, they will do. Ooh, who do you... I look to the drivers now who are on the hard compound tyres and think, this is going to be a fight for you to stay where you are. Definitely not impossible to do, but Natty G, Advantage, and Joss, who's also technically in the points now, they're going to be up against it, aren't they?
Yeah, they haven't even got an advantage in terms of where all on 5 laps near around them, unless it was the minigame like that. Yeah, that's going to be difficult for them. That's unfortunate. I see. Yeah, like you said, yeah, safety car coming in this lap. I don't think they're really able to go up here. I see Joe obviously quick, so like all the cars in front of them are quick, so yeah, and the steps behind them, yeah, that'd be difficult for them. But safety car restart, let's see how Liam does it.
So Liam lets the safety car go, gets back to the pit lane. He will be responsible for dropping the right foot down and getting this race restarted again, hopefully without any more further incidents. Billy Misu following in his wheel tracks and Psycho waiting patiently. The top 4 all gunning for a way to start this season for sure. Liam has still not yet gone. It's going to leave it to the last possible moment, I reckon. We wait.
I imagine Billy needs to be waiting for a slipstream here if he gets it right.
There we go. Liam got a great restart.
Yeah, he's good. Billy won't be too close enough.
Billy stopped as it happened, but Billy might just get away with this. Oh, he squeezes Psycho to the outside at turn 1. They're going side by side, wheel to wheel, little bit of contact. Keep it nice and clean, the pair of them. But I think Psycho's got the traction, and he goes up to second.
Yeah, that was essential for him, I think. He's fighting for the lead here, try and get past Billy Meese, and now he's got to stick with Liam. Look at that 9.5 attempts. He's already only got a second here. He's got, yeah, Billy Meese behind him, so he's got to just keep pushing now, get that DRS from Liam and don't lose it.
He does indeed. I tell you, someone who's moved up though, Joss is up to 6th. He was 9th, but he's absolutely flown up. He got a jump at the restart. He's got the steps. He's got Shari, his teammate advantage. Something has happened to Ben Roberts. He was very slow on the exit of Curva Grande.
And Money Game 12th.
Yeah, they've both fallen. So what has happened to those two?
Yeah, how do we miss that? What has happened there? Both of them. Wow, that's big though. They got so many drivers to get in from with 9 laps to go. I know this is an easy chance to overtake, but it could be a DRS straight. Will they even get points here? It won't be easy. Wow.
It won't be easy at all, but Shari has taken advantage of the... Oh, contact! That's Shari round! There's contact! Shari's out of the race. He's been hit by Cryptek. Is that a safety car? Despite a car being off the road and in a... Devori's facing the wrong way. I don't think he hit anyone, actually. I think he went round all by himself, did Devori. But he has got himself... No safety car for that one. Peculiar, but we carry on. Advantage and Money Game side by side on the exit of turn 2. And Money Game with those medium compound tyres fires on through and up to 8th place. So the recovery is back on for the Mercedes driver. Meanwhile, at the front, Liam is out of DRS range and Psycho is past Billy Misu for 2nd place. We saw that earlier on. He's still in front, but Psycho is not making an impression on that Red Bull in front of him.
Yeah, 1.5 seconds. That's quite a gap to get. I think DRS is named with this lap as well when he crossed the line, so he might not be able to get DRS here. This is exactly what Liam needed, just get out that DRS window, and he's pushing now. Psycho will be trying to get it back, but Billy Misu behind him. Oh, he's made a slight mistake there. Oh, he might be risking Billy Misu here. I think Billy Misu can go for a move here.
Billy Misu going to the inside of Psycho. There's a yellow flag. Someone's hit the wall. It looks like one of the hatch cars has gone in. I think it's Steps who's broken something there. But Billy Misu just hasn't got the straight line speed to get past the Mercedes in front of him. He's going to try this time with a bit of ERS. He goes past him this time around, but there's not much difference in straight line speed. And the Mercedes is fighting back. Psycho on the inside just has to brake a little bit later. He does. Oh, and Jolt rear lock in the
Oh
brakes just
no.
managed to save it, but
Now he's
wow.
gonna get that DRS back, Joel. That's it. Oh, he's got loads of wheel spin as well. Wow, he's gonna risk. Oh wow, now he's close to him. Now he's got 1.8 seconds now to DRS. That's unfortunate for Joel. There, he's got gonna defend now. Oh, Yoss going for a move as well. Side
Yoss
by
looking
side.
good move. Good move from Yoss. He's looked very feisty at
Yeah,
this
that was
opening.
nice.
This restart, really well done. He's up to 5th from 9th at the safety car. And Josh, on those hard compound tyres, seems to have just got them switched on. He won't have DRS, but Natty G is nowhere near close enough to him. He's now got the attention of Money Game to face behind him in that Mercedes on the softer compound tyre as well.
Yeah, Ben Roberts, Money Game making their way through the field. Money Game right behind Natty now on the much older hard, so he should have a good pace advantage here. Although he has no ERS again, he doesn't save much ERS as Money Game. Then it's compared to 60% that Natty's got. This might not be an easy overtake as well. Natty has DRS. He might not get the move done here unless he gets perfect exit. Yeah, it won't be an easy overtake here.
No, it certainly won't be. And the other thing is that Nassi can use a little bit of ERS, but look how close the Mercedes is to the back of the McLaren, topping out at nearly 221 miles an hour. He's on the outside line, and Nassi will do what he does best, and that's
Oh,
a virtual
VSC.
safety car. So who has gone round there?
I don't know. What's
No
caused
one
that?
in particular. That doesn't look. Cryptek has
Oh,
stopped on.
Cryptek. Was it Cryptek?
He's stopped on circuit, but he's carried on. So I don't think that's caused the safety car, the virtual safety car. So I'm not quite certain what has happened there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Jolt's gone off. Jolt's gone off now. He's in
Jolt's
P10.
gone.
He just lost loads of positions there.
Jolt has gone. Yeah, as you say, you're spot on. And the green flag running again. So we're off underway. And Predator has got caught out and all that. And Jolt takes his 9th place back. But that is very peculiar. Money Game had the chance to save a little bit of ERS. He's got DRS. Look at the straight line speed from that Mercedes. He's going to try and go around the outside of Joss, but Joss keeps the position for now. Joss up to 4th place, but he's got a time penalty to contend with. Money Game is looking absolutely unbelievably quick at the moment. He's
I'm not sure that's the right
alongside the
move.
Ferrari.
And now he's lost DRS. He won't have DRS now. He's going to lose it again. I'm not sure why. He should have stayed behind, then get DRS, because you're also just getting back now. He should have stayed behind. I don't think that's going to work out.
That is a bit of a tactical potential opportunity lost for the Mercedes as Psycho is fighting with Billy Misi for P2, but Psycho goes past.
Yeah, and Josh got back in front.
Rightfully so, as Shortbread says. Josh back into 4th place, and Money Game has got a face full of Ferrari in front of him. So, status quo happens again.
Yeah, the Tifosi will be willing Yoss on here. He's got 2 seconds to Billy Musi with that, and that would be difficult to get through. But if he can defend B4, then it's a good result for him. Oh, that's a mistake from Ben Roberts. He's gone over the curbs. Now right behind him. He might lose DRS there. He's nearly lost DRS to Ben Roberts. That was a costly mistake nearly for him. That was quite close. But he has got a penalty. He's got to remember that. So has Yoss. So Money Game doesn't really have to overtake him. He'll still get the position, but I think he'll want to try and push, see if he can reach Billy Musi.
I have to say, this is, we're talking about the speed of the medium to hard compounds, and the drivers have now been on the medium tyres at the front for 10 laps. Joss is catching them. He's now only 1.3 behind. If he plays his cards right here, he can catch the 2 in front of him. Might be difficult to get a podium despite the 3-second penalty, but this has been a mighty drive from the Ferrari.
Yeah, 1.1 already. Yeah, I know he's got fresher tyres compared to the 3 in front of him, but still. Yeah, he's doing a good job.
They just the race from Joss. Wow.
Yeah, he's in good position. If he can get that DRS 3 laps to go, I think, yeah, it's not over for him. He could get Ferrari P3 here at their home circuit.
And Jolt retires. He just spun out of the final corner and he's just pulled it into the pit. So what could have been for the Williams? He'll hope his season goes better than that. His teammate is in the top 10, Cryptek. He's on for points, which he'd be pleased with, and his fans will be happy with that as well. I've seen a few of them in the comments, but Joss is right there within DRS. He's so close. Can he hold on through Lesmo 1? The activation zone is just around this point here, and he's in it, Shortbread.
Yeah, just something I wanted to add, 4.7 seconds. Look at the gap. We stopped talking about Liam for a second. He's already got a 5-second lead, so There's some commanding pace there. It's just got to deliver it now. So nothing other drivers can do. He's flying out there.
Liam just has to stroke this one home. He is in a league of his own at the moment. Still 4 laps remaining. Psycho is under pressure from Billy Misu, who soon will be joined in what could be a 6-car fight for the race lead. Although Money
Oh, I
Game's
think
just...
Money Game made a mistake on the exit. Yeah, Ben Roberts got him. Or who would have
Well,
DRS though? I'm not sure who had DRS.
they both
Who
have
got it?
DRS because Money
Oh.
Game is... Billy Misu's passed Psycho in the meantime.
Oh yeah.
This is absolutely fantastic racing. Billy Misu up to 2nd, Ben Roberts up to 5th. Ben, can he get back into that DRS range and make this a 6-car fight? Because he'll bring Natty G along with him, who is just hanging on at the moment. We could
Yeah, I
have a
did think this would be
real...
a good track for overtaking. Like so many overtaking opportunities, especially that turn 1. Yeah, there's some good battles here for the last few laps.
This could go any way. Keep your eyes peeled for this one, ladies and gentlemen, because this could go to anybody for this 2nd place. Liam is cruising up at the front. He doesn't have to worry about the cars behind, but everyone else knows that there's points and prizes up for grabs for those P2 and P3 slots. Ooh, who's going to get this? As Money Game picks up the time penalty.
It's quite big. Ooh. Yeah, Ben Roberts ahead of him now. I'm not sure when that happened, but Ben Roberts got past Money Game. That's big. They all got penalties, so that's unfortunate for them now. They got to push more, but yeah, their best out of this group here may just be P4 since their penalties. Because even if they get past Psycho, which is going for a move now, that they won't get anywhere in terms of actual finishing position due to their penalties.
Psycho has a V1 rocket in a straight line. He did 226 miles an hour when he
Wow.
braked then. That is unbelievable. That sort of speed. Oh, Joss has lost the back end. He's on the grass.
Oh, he's
Through
lost.
goes Ben.
Ben's got through. Money Game.
Money Game. Can he get up to the back of him? I don't think he's quite close enough. He isn't. He's
Nah.
lucky to just lose 1 place, but you can see everyone how Joss is trying to get on that podium step.
Yeah, Billy Misu has lost DRS to Psycho, which is interestingly now. So Psycho could get an easy P2 here, just keep out of that range. And Ben Roberts now, it's close to Billy Misu, but we just can't remember that penalty. So it looks like he could be back in P3, but he could just end up P4 as well due to that track limits penalty.
Yeah, that's how it could work out. But Ben Roberts is absolutely flying through Ascari. Got his line a little bit wrong, but that was maximum commitment. And the 2 former protagonists of Tier 2 a couple of seasons ago, Ben Roberts and Joss, are together on circuit. These two have always fought hard. It's always been pleasure watching these two fight. Will they be able to affect the fight for 3rd place? DRS available for Ben Roberts. You can see the speed increasing on the monitor up to 225 miles an hour to the outside line. That's some speed from the Haas, and he's come round the outside of Billy Misu. What a move. And Money Game gets Joss. Nice. But the exit for the Ferrari gets him back in front.
Yeah, that's a nice move. Billy Misu just has to stick behind. It should be fine. He should stick behind Ben and he still get P3. That's a good position for Billy starting of the season. Podium, that's a good job for him.
That'd be a really good way for Billy Misu to return to the podium. He had a tough time last season. He's had a few tough seasons since he won. But Billy looks like he's back in the fight and keeping his nose clean as Joss and Money Game go side by side in the exit at Lesmo 2. Money Game has DRS.
Which none of them have DRS.
Either of them have got. Did they cross the activation point at exactly the same points?
Maybe they did. I feel like I've had that once before where I don't know what it was, but neither of us had DRS, so we just none of us had them. And now, Money Game won't have DRS because obviously he's lost that 1 second gap, so Joss could easily get him. If he's going to go for moving to turn 1, you want to stay behind him, don't overtake yet. Oh, I don't know if he did it too early there because Money Game might get him back. We'll see who gets DRS. That's going to time it.
Really nice undercut from Money Game to get back in front, and he has got DRS as well, so you can see the Ferrari closing that gap.
Money Game's done that nice.
But that Ferrari has some straight line speed. He is not giving up at all, and the Ferrari brakes later into turn 1. Oh, a little bit of contact, but Money Game should get a better exit, and he does.
Yeah. Wow, that was close. I don't think he's got damage. I don't see anything unless there's some not visual damage. Oh, it's just Joss going to go for it again. Going side by side.
Joss is not giving up in this Ferrari, and he's back in front, and the Tifosi will be cheering with delight. It's brought ex-Natty G back into the fight as well. These two have been scrapping so hard. And Fred Vasseur will be pleased about his signing carrying on for this season. Joss and Shari, the same partnership as they were last season, and they're putting on a show today. In the meantime, Devori has retired. The only driver now not in the points is the Steps. Not quite certain what happened to him. He was running the points earlier, but he's now 33 seconds off the back of everyone else. That's Cryptek nearly crashed into the wall on the exit of Lesmo 2.
Liam going into his final corner.
He's going into the final corner on this final lap, and Liam 0619 is going to win for Red Bull once again. It's a victory for the Red Bull. It's Psycho in second. It'll be Billy Misu who takes third thanks to Ben Roberts' penalties. Sure enough, there it is. So that puts fourth place to Joss, fifth place to Money Game, X90G sixth. Ben Roberts had about 13 seconds worth of penalties, so he's seventh. Advantage on his debut in eighth with Cryptek. He's just about going to hold on, and he takes ninth with the Predator getting the final point in the Steps. Not quite sure what happened to him. Finishes 11th. Wow.
Yeah, nice race there from Liam, commanding. If he can be that skillful at every other track, this is going to be quite an easy season for him. But obviously, different circuits, we'll see how it goes. He's looking good. He might be the season favourite already this season.
Yeah, that might be the case. There's still a long, long way to go before we even start thinking about the championship title destination. But Liam will be feeling like he's got one up on the rest of the competition. Ben Roberts, who knows how that might have played out had the strategy worked the way that he would have wanted it to. Joss gets driver of the day, and I would, on a personal level, agree with that. Who would you give it to, Shortbread?
I think, yeah, I would say Jos, but maybe also a shout out to Billy Meter. He did a nice job to get top three. And on the other drivers, Money Game and Ben, I think they would have got second, third, something like that. I think their main mistake this race was, like I said earlier, not pitting under safety car at the start. I think that lost them too many positions. They obviously lost too much time overtaking. Yeah, I think if they pit under that first safety car, they could have maybe been better for the lead there. I think that was the main thing that lost them it.
Yeah, and into the race results then. Liam 0619 takes the victory in the Red Bull. Psycho is second with Billy Misu third. Jos fourth with Money Game in fifth, and X90G coming home in sixth. Ben Roberts seventh after his plunderous number of penalties with advantage _11 in eighth on debut. Cryptek out of the points in qualifying, but into them during the race. He gets ninth. Happy for his fans. The Predator 10th, and the last of the race finishes was the Steps. We had retirements from Devori, from Jolt, Shari, Pat, who had technical issues, and Dino, who crashed out under the first safety car. He brought out the first safety car on lap 4. Well, that was a really frenetic and exciting race. The only one for this evening. We'll be back with 2 races later on this week on Sunday for Tier 2 at 5 p.m. British Standard Time and 8 p.m. British Standard Time for Tier 1. So this will be really exciting season to look forward to. Shortbread, will you be joining us?
I think I should be, yeah, I think I should be. Hopefully that'd be nice.
It'd be good to have you in the comms box again. So it's been a pleasure commentating with you this evening, Shortbread.
Yep, same to you. Nice stuff. Great fun.
Brilliant. So, as always, do check Gavra Racing out on our social media platforms, Discord, of course, Twitch, YouTube. Do give us a like and a subscription if you can. It really goes a long way to helping out the Gavra Racing team and all the work that goes into this very inviting and welcoming community. But from Shortbread and myself, JackTM53, we've been your commentators for this evening for the Weekend League Tier 1. We'll be back next week for round 1 proper of the season in Australia, Melbourne Albert Park. What a track that'll be to start the season off. Who's going to win the championship? Who knows? We'll find out over the next 5 weeks. But wherever you might be in the big wide world, have a good one. See you next week.
Cheers, everyone.